2018, I talked about coming to terms with the possibility of always being nervous as a public speaker. During this tip, I want to provide you with some ways to control your nerves. Now, many people think that they can get rid of nerves before they get on the stage. For the majority, that simply isn't true. You can practice for months and months ahead of time, but when the time actually comes to touch the stage, your nerves can set in. So instead of focusing on trying to get rid of them, focus on controlling them. Besides, your nerves are reminding you that you're human. Nervous habits can show up in the form of bad habits. Touching your hair, avoiding eye contact, speaking too quickly. These are all nervous habits. Sometimes you could be talking and not recognize that you're doing these acts in the moment. By the time you're on stage and in front of people, it's just way too late. But one way to see your nervous habits beforehand is to record yourself. That's right. Take your phone out or DSLR, set it up on a tripod, and record yourself giving a speech. You can also use your camera on your computer. Perform your speech like your audience is in front of you and you're in the moment. Move around, ask questions. You don't want to simply go through the motions. The goal is to mimic what you would do on stage before you actually hit the stage, so you can see what your habits are and what you need to work on. When you play back your recording, you may become aware of bad habits that you once were oblivious to. Along with recording yourself, try practice in front of someone you trust. It could be a family member or a friend, but it definitely needs to be a person that will keep it real with you and point out the things that you should work on in a constructive way, of course. Watching established speakers will give you an idea of how you should look when you're on stage. You don't have to watch somebody who's speaking on the same topic as you. It could be somebody in a totally different field that you admire because of their stage presence or their interaction with the crowd. Personally, I'm a big proponent of looking at TEDx videos and paying attention to how those speakers occupy the stage when they're talking. If you're part of a larger lineup of speakers, take some time to attend some of those sessions. Not only can you see how they control the audience and their nerves, but you can get a feeling for how receptive the audience is to that speaker. At the end of the day, you have to please them. So the more clues you can have to how their energy is on that particular day, the better off you'll be. Make notes of how much they laugh or if they're predominantly quiet. Look into the crowd to see if people are paying attention to the speaker or staring at their phones. Make note of it all, because the way the audience interacts with you as a speaker will influence your nerves. Being early is better than being on time. The number one factor that I find contributes to a person's nervousness is being late. Sometimes your arrival time is out of your control. Being late not only increases the pressure on the speaker, but it affects other areas of the conference you're speaking at. Now the organizers on pins and needles because they have their entire conference to worry about, and something small such as you being late can throw off everything. If you're presenting online, log into the session 15 minutes early. Being that everybody is resorted to meeting online these days, you can experience problems with joining the conference. It adds a needed pressure when you can simply join the conference line early. You don't have to have your camera or audio turned on as soon as you join, but you need to make sure that you can make it in. If you're traveling to a physical location, it's a little difficult to say, but make sure you map out your direction to give yourself more than enough time to beat the traffic, settle into your presentation space, and become familiar with your surroundings. One last way you can calm your nerves is to meet people you'll be talking to beforehand. Maybe it's an official meet and greet, or maybe you're choosing to do something impromptu. Whatever the case may be, meeting people beforehand can ease your nerves and help you establish direct connections with certain people. People in your audience will get a chance to talk to you individually, and they may find you more likable before you even make your first word. It all works in your favor. This can also be done virtually. If you get in on the session early enough and you see people join, reach out to them directly and say hi. See how their day is going. Even if it's just a short few words, it can do a very long way towards your image and ultimately help you settle down. If you found this tip useful, please like it and share it. Comment on it as well and let me know what you think. Until next Monday, my name is Julian Leonard, and this tip was brought to you by the J. Leonard Group.